WLQL TV-63.
Oh, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Frankenjoe's Gruesome Picture Show. Of course, I'm Dr. Frankenjoe's monster, and I was created especially to host this show. I'm glad I could be resurrected once again for you, because tonight we got a very special show. It's almost Christmas time, so tonight's movie is a very special presentation of the holiday Christmas sci-fi classic, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Oh, I can't wait to see Santa Claus kick some Martian butt. But first of all, I'm a monster, but I was created by science. Therefore, I like to play both monster movies and science fiction movies. But you know, from all the fan mail I get, I gather that a lot of you people like one or the other and don't like it when I play one or the other. And once in a while, I get some weirdo who writes these letters in because he just wants me to play nothing but 1960s nudist films. Come on, man, if I did that, I'd have the FTC up on my case, and I don't want that happening again. Anyway, since tonight's movie is a science fiction movie, I thought that we'd give you a little special present for Christmas time and also play a short feature. And we found a really good short feature that also just happens to be a horror film. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce tonight's short opening feature, A Visit to Satan. oh, it's coming in.
Yes, children, but Santa won't be here until you and Ann are sleeping.
Good night, Ann. Good night, good Mommy and Daddy. Mommy, say good night to Daddy for me.
All right, I'll tell him good night for both of you.
Hurry home with Toby. Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas.
WLQL TV-63.
Hi, I'm Sarah Roberts. I'm Judy's mom. Honey, look who's here. Don't you want to say hello?
Gypsy Mom, weeknights at 6:30 on WLQL TV-63.
Hey, welcome back to Dr. Frankenjoe's Gruesome Picture Show. Hey everyone, sorry about that confusion there. I was under the impression that that was a horror film, not another Christmas movie. What? No, you said it was visiting to Satan. No, I swear to God you said Satan. Anyways, I'm sorry about that, everyone. I got your hopes up if you like horror films and disappointed you. But you know, wasn't that a fun little Christmas movie anyways? Those little kids were so cute playing those elves and that little toy village. That was kind of neat too. But what was that guy playing Santa all about? He was kind of a weirdo, wasn't he? He was kind of freaking out at the end there too. And what was that footage of Santa on a rocket ship with that weird spaceman? I don't know what those people were thinking. And they even had a rocket ship that was just an elevator dressed up like a rocket ship. These people don't even seem to know nothing about the real Santa. Santa's got magic dummies. He doesn't need no rockets. Anyway, why don't we finally move on from that unpleasantness and just get on with tonight's main feature, the sci-fi Christmas classic, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Man, that opening sequence, that's some kind of Twilight Zone level freak out stuff, isn't it? I mean, you're just thinking it's somebody watching the boring old news on TV, and then the camera pans around a little bit, and then bam, it wasn't even humans, it was Martians watching that news all along. But why the heck is the news just talking all about Santa and nothing else? This was 1964. Didn't they have anything better to talk about, like Vietnam, or the Civil Rights Movement, or Elizabeth Taylor marrying Richard Burton? I don't know. Anyway, this is a real Santa they got in this movie. This guy looks the part. Not like that weirdo in the last movie with his fake beard and stuff, or that clown they got down at the Corporal Neil Schmidt's Memorial Shopping Plaza this year. Oh, and you know what? Right off the bat, Santa's telling it like it is. No rockets. He don't need no rockets, dummies. He's got magic. How many times do I have to say it? It's just sad, though, because apparently Santa seems to be suffering from some sort of dementia or something. He thinks one of his reindeer's called Nixon. But you know, these Martians sure got some weird technology, don't they? What was with that tickle ray beam thing that he was shooting at Droppo? What the heck kind of war was that developed for? The Great Martian War of sass-talking kids?
What you talking about, Dr. Frankenjoe's monster?
Hey, take it easy, Gary Coleman Skull, okay? That Chochum guy, man, his place was all full of smoke and haze. It reminded me of when I was on tour with Grand Funk Railroad. Those guys were always lighting off firecrackers in their tour bus. It was crazy. The whole place just full of smoke and stunk like gunpowder. It was gross. But you know, these Martians, they sure seem to be on a mission now to get themselves a real Santa Claus. So we'll be right back after these messages to see if they succeed. I'm guessing they probably will, or else the movie wouldn't really be like what it is. So, all right, we'll be right back after this.
Oh, please, Mr. Tree, can I please have some of your nuts?
No. I need those nuts. They're my babies. I can't just give them away.
Come on, give me some of your nuts.
That's weekly deals, special daily super deals, and just everyday darn low prices at Scups Big Food.
Hey, welcome back to Dr. Frankenjoe's Gruesome Picture Show. Man, if I was the leader of the Martians like that Kimar guy, I'd just take that Droppo and put him up against the wall and execute him for committing crimes of treachery and sabotage against the Martian people. I mean, it's obvious he's working for the Venusians or something, right? He messed up their radar shield box so they get spotted by the Earth Space Force, and then he just starts whipping those levers around and stuff. I don't know about you, but that looked pretty intentional to me. But man, I really wish that the news was still like this, where they just openly talk about UFO sightings and stuff like it's just an everyday normal occurrence. And I bet no one would even look at you like you were nuts if you brought them up at the supermarket. But those Betty and Billy kids, they must be pretty important if the news is going to interrupt the TV just to tell everybody they're missing. They only been gone for like 5 seconds, man. Maybe they're just gonna do normal kid stuff, like they went down to the malt shop to get a malt. Or maybe they're at the pond kicking baby birds into it or something. Just leave them alone. But you know, that Voldar guy, he's probably right. They should probably just kill those kids and be done with it. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay to kill little kids or anything, but if you're a Martian coming to Earth to kidnap Santa Claus, you might just gotta do a little dirty work, and you probably don't want to leave any little witnesses behind, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I hope you're all enjoying this special presentation of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and we'll be right back after these messages. No, I said it's not okay to kill little kids. Not.
WLQL TV-63.
Hey, welcome back to Dr. Frankenjoe's Gruesome Picture Show. Hi everyone, welcome back. And oh everyone, it's Betsy the Wraith. She's here to deliver a new letter. Hi Betsy, how you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. You fighting with Charlie again? No, I'm sure Charlie still loves you. You know, just this time of year around the holidays, sometimes people can get a little frustrated and they might say things they don't mean. Okay, all right, well, thank you for delivering the letter. And I hope that everything works out between you and Charlie. All right, see you later. Bye. Well, everyone, Betsy delivered this letter, and let's see what it says. It's from little Tommy Singer, age 8. Oh, that's so cute. He says, "Dear Mr. Doctor's Monster, I liked the movie about the big lizard that ate the guy and his dog." I like that one too. You know, that was called The Rise of the Radioactive Reptiles. Can you show the movie again? I don't know, we just showed it, so I don't know when we'll be able to show it again, but you know, maybe sometime, so keep watching. Let's see, he also says, "What do you want from Santa? I hope you get what you want from Santa. Sincerely," oh, that's kind of mature, "Tommy Singer, age 8. Well, Tommy, you know, thank you very much, but what I really want this year from Santa is a new VCR, because my wife took my other VCR several months back, and I haven't had one since then. So, but you know, if Santa is listening, I want a Betamax, because that's what all my tapes are. So, just if you're listening, Santa, Santa. All right, okay. Well, looks like Tommy sent a drawing too. Oh, this one. Ooh, this is not of me though. This drawing is of the lizard, and he's eating the guy and his dog, and it's pretty good. You know, I really appreciate this, Tommy. I appreciate your liberal use of blood, because as I always say, you can never have too much blood in a drawing. But anyways, I'm gonna put this on the wall in the dungeon with the rest of the drawings. And why don't we get back to our feature presentation tonight of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Oh dear. Well, I guess Betty and Billy escaped, but then that jerk Voldar was after him. I guess he was finally going to kill him like I suggested. Then, I think then Voldar had to fight a polar bear, and I don't really remember what happened at that, because, I don't know, I think I might have dozed off for a second or something. But then you know what those dang Martians did? They sicked the robot Torg on them, and Betty and Billy got caught. And you know what? That robot had the biggest nipples I've ever seen on a robot. Unless, you think that might have been just like a readout or a dial for like the meter for how much robot oil he had in him or something? Yeah, I guess. Wouldn't really make much sense for a robot to have nipples, would it? Yeah, tell that to those guys who draw those comics in that heavy metal magazine. But then that robot Torg, he smashed out Santa's workshop door, and then he tried to capture Santa. But I tell you what, Santa proved once again that magic conquers technology, because he just made that stupid robot think he was a big old toy, and then he had total control of him. We already know that Santa's got weird unnatural powers over toys, right? But those Martians, they sure ain't dumb. They were using Santa's toy powers against him. They pull out those whammo air blasters, and they blasted his elves. Man, I remember having one of those things myself. Those things were great. But you know, I had to ditch mine in the woods after I blasted Susie McPhee with it, and her glass eye came flying out and it broke on the pavement in the playground. My dad told me if he ever saw me with that thing again, he was gonna tan my hide, and I believed him. But you know, those whammo air blasters that the Martians got, they don't just blast air, they freeze people. They froze his elves, and they froze Mrs. Santa Claus too. Oh, and you know what, after that, Santa Claus had no choice but to go with them. But you know what? For someone who was so willing to kill 2 little kids before, just because he didn't want to leave a couple witnesses behind, Voldar doesn't even seem to care that they're leaving 3 more witnesses behind in Santa's workshop. I mean, at the very least, you think he'd be saying they should nuke Santa's workshop from orbit or something just to be safe. And for crying out loud, they just got confirmation that extraterrestrial life exists on Mars, and all the news can talk about is that Santa Claus is missing? Wait a minute. This is 1964. That's 5 years before the moon landing, and they have rockets that they could fly to Mars? And they're just ready to launch them at the drop of a hat as soon as Santa Claus gets kidnapped? Man, this movie doesn't seem very realistic to me. I'm not buying it. But, you know, we got to go on a commercial break right now. But stay tuned, because things are just getting good on Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Ha ha!
I can check that gear in a minute, son.
Picture show.
Kimo, look at this.
Oh yeah, everyone. The U.S. Space Force is right on the tail of those godless Martian bastards. And I think this calls for a crazy science drink. Here we go. Let's see. This one here, it says it makes you quickly forget what you just saw in a 1960s Christmas movie. Well, isn't that a happy coincidence? Let me try this. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, it's starting to work. Oh, it's starting to work. I better hurry up if I'm going to recap what happened in this movie. Okay, let's see. Santa met some Martian kids, and they all laughed like crazy maniacs. And then, and then the kids all went to bed, and Voldar escaped, and he instigated an armed insurrection against his own government. And then they built Santa a new automated workshop on Mars. All right, I got it, everyone. I think that's all I remember. And what's this movie we're watching again? No, I'm just kidding. It's Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, everyone. You know what? I think I still remember too much about this movie. I think this drink, I don't know, this formula might need some work. Maybe it needs some more crushed up diet pills, I think. Okay, everyone, well, you know what I'm really disappointed about, though? We didn't even get to see any little weirdo Martian elves. I wanted to see what they would look like. But all we got to see was a big giant wall with some doors on it and the toys just fall out. That's not very fun. Well, we're going to take another commercial break, and then we'll be coming right back for more of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
From without, until first they weaken us from within. And John, they think they can do it. They have
McCarver's, Thursday nights at 8 on WLQL TV-63.
Hey, welcome back to Dr. Frankenjoe's Gruesome Picture Show. You know what, everyone? I'm starting to think that Drapo isn't really a Venusian spy. I mean, maybe he just is that clumsy and stupid, you know? But why the heck would that guy want to be Santa, you know? He's not even fat. I'm fat, and I don't even want to be Santa. I mean, why would you want to be a guy who just spends the entire year doing nothing but making toys for other people? And all you get out of the deal is a couple of crappy cookies? No, thank you. Anyways, then those little kids were suffering from depression or something, because they didn't want anything to do with any of this stuff. And then let's see, Drapo dressed up like Santa, and then Voldar or whatever and his stupid henchmen, they kidnapped him thinking he was Santa. Didn't you see his big giant bulbous green head with pipes and stuff sticking out of it, man? That didn't give you a clue that that wasn't the real Santa. And then Drapo escaped. And then Voldar and his guys came to the shop and saw the real Santa and got confused because they thought they had him even though it was dumb Drapo. And then I think that was the part then that I went to the green room refrigerator and got myself a beer. And I missed the part And and then there was some sort of big demented fight that I couldn't really follow. And then apparently Droppo's going to be the new Santa Claus for Mars. And the kids and Santa are going back home to Earth. Okay, now, there's something important that I got to talk about now. The end of the movie, there's credits. And after the credits, the song is still playing. And it's this fun little song. And the song is saying, you spell it Santaclaus, hooray for Santa Claus. But then they say Santa Claus, which no one does. And they literally spell it on the screen, Santy, after they just immediately got done spelling it for real and spelling it correctly. They then say it and spell it incorrectly like a fraction of a second later. This is infuriating to me. Because I don't know what kind of song you write where you make it a part of the song where you're telling people how to spell something and then you immediately misspell it after that. What is wrong with the people who made this movie? They don't understand anything about Santa. They don't understand anything about, well, no, they got Santa pretty good. I mean, but the Martians, though, and the Space Force thing with the rockets, and now they're spelling stuff wrong right in the song on the screen. I don't know. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed this presentation of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. And I guess we're not going to be out next week, so it's going to be a rerun, but we'll see you after the New Year's. And I hope everyone has a good Christmas. So, good night. Good night, everyone. What? No. No, it's not. No one says it that way. Who says it that way? You and your grandma say it that way? Well, I don't know about you. I know you're dumb. I don't know your grandma, but I'm assuming she's dumb because she says it that. Nobody says it that way. What is wrong with you? No one says it. No one says Santa Claus, and you certainly don't spell it that way with a Y in the word. What is wrong with you people? This is unacceptable here, working with these people. What? Sorry. No, yeah, I got them. Both of them.
WLQL